This Daniel Jones situation with the Giants is a little spicy because it is New York. But when he was drafted, I think the consensus was, you could have gotten him later in the first round. Is he better than Dwayne Haskins? And all of a sudden, Daniel Jones has done exactly what you want a rookie to do. Kept quiet, didn't say anything, went out there and just played. And played well. Granted, preseason. But then there are rookie quarterbacks who haven't looked good in preseason. Daniel Jones has looked like a future starting quarterback in the NFL. Now, when they start shooting live bullets at you, then it's a little bit different. Now, Jarrett Stidham can look good with the Patriots because it's the Patriots. But Daniel Jones, when you get out there and all of a sudden those guys are trying to take your head off, you're not wearing a colored jersey where nobody can touch you, then it'll be a little bit different. But when the preseason started, I said, I'm looking for two different storylines. Either Daniel Jones is off the charts great or it's crash and burn. Because that's what you want. If you work in New York and you're covering the Giants, you either want it to be, he's putting pressure on Eli. Or what was Dave Gettleman, the GM, thinking when he drafted Daniel Jones where he did? Well, I know that they fawn over him probably more than they do their own kids. Like they want you to know, told you, Daniel Jones. This doesn't mean anything to me. Although Mitchell Trubisky had overnight success because we all said the same thing about Mitchell Trubisky. Wait, you traded up to get him? You didn't have to. And he's North Carolina? And nobody watched North Carolina football? And Bears fans hated this. And then all of a sudden, Trubisky had one big preseason game. And then all of a sudden, the Bear fans are like, we found our quarterback here. Well, the Giants fans are waiting for that day where they get to say, okay, we found our quarterback, our next quarterback. But Eli he'll methodically perform well. He will. He's Eli. He knows what he's doing. Just the mental part of the game at that position, so important. And Eli will probably do okay. Now, is okay enough and for how long with the Giants fans? Yes, McLovin.
I saw on the ACC network last night, which I tuned into, EJ Manuel was doing some sideline work. There's a guy, first year preseason, 80% of his passes he completed. He was amazing. So that's the only reason I'm nervous. Like that thing you said about live bullets. Oh, man.
It's just different.
Why is it so different?
It's just a different feel. Well, because you got first-team defense going after you. You got guys who are the coaches are just saying, hey, why don't you put Jimmy Lipper out there and let me get one more look at him to see if we're going to cut him today. You got those guys who are out there. Now, not that those guys aren't playing hard and trying to take, Daniel Jones's head off, but they're just not the same as going against first-team defense. Yeah, McLevin.
Like, I was tuning in last night. Week 4 of the preseason is not a good product. There was a guy named Jake Dolegala who has played every snap for the Bengals. And, I'm a huge Bengals fan. I never heard of this man in my life.
Yeah, Paul.
You know who I got into? You remember your guy, Tyree Jackson, the big quarterback at University of Buffalo last year?
Yes, he's 6'7".
6'7", 250, and he's bigger than Josh Allen. He played really pretty well for Buffalo last night. He ran for 80 yards, threw for a touchdown. I mean, he's like a bigger version of Josh Allen.
But is he on the wrong team because you already have that style of quarterback there? Unless he says, you know what, can I play tight end? Because that's what I thought. Now, I watched Buffalo football games, actually.
Oh, those Thursday night games?
Yes. And I remember seeing, when you have the biggest kid, when you're playing Pee Wee football, and there's always one kid who's had his growth spurt, and you would watch the huddle, and you just see this guy just tower over everybody. And, a lot of raw ability there. But I don't know if he gets like Cardale Jones. When you saw him at Ohio State, you're like, God, that's a big, talented guy. He's trying to hold on to a backup job. But Josh Allen is your quarterback who does run for 80 yards and maybe throw one touchdown. So you already have that quarterback there in Buffalo. But, the Daniel Jones situation it's fun to watch because the backup quarterback, he's always thought of more highly than the starting quarterback in some cases, where you go, yeah, boy, if we could only get Daniel Jones in there, and then you'll get Daniel Jones in there, and then you'll be gone, yeah, maybe we need to draft a quarterback.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV, stream for free on BR Live, or download the Dan Patrick Show app.